What is up, guys? Rick Kackis here. Thank you so much for stopping by, and today we're going to be discussing a weapon that is kind of flying under the radar right now. I posted a god roll on Twitter and so many people were saying, wait, this drops? Where did you get it? I didn't know you could get that roll. But I think this weapon is going to make waves in the game. This is the replacement Mountaintop. And so, let's get started. But first, come a little bit closer. I got a secret sale. This isn't being promoted anywhere other than this video. Code KHD for Advanced GG is 30% off right now. Advanced GG is a little expensive because it uses the best ingredients out there. This is a great opportunity to try some if you haven't already. So, let's get on to this weapon. It is the Truthteller Legendary Energy Grenade Launcher. And yes, I think this is what people are going to use in the fall when the Mountaintop rotates out. Because the Mountaintop, spoiler alert, is still a little bit better than this thing. There's no argument there. But the thing is, you're gonna have to replace the Mountaintop. It is sunsetting, which means that its maximum light level is going to fall behind within the fall expansion. If you want to use it for, whatever the next raid is, whatever the next high level activities are, dungeons, etc., you are not going to be able to get the full use out of that weapon. And so the Truthteller is coming along as an actually pretty decent replacement. Because the rolls on this thing are actually insane. Guys, here's my roll. That's right, a grenade launcher that spawns with Feeding Frenzy and multi-kill clip. Multi-kill clip on a grenade launcher. This is actually the first time ever we are seeing it, and boy, it actually does work pretty darn well. So let's take a look at this thing within the menagerie. Let's do some tests. So, the Truthteller at a base level, and I made sure it was the exact light level as the Mountaintop. I'm going to compare it against. It does 11,195 damage for the blast damage, and then 4,105 damage for the impact damage. And remember, this is with my roll that does have spike grenades for more impact damage, so keep that in mind. Now this is a total of 15,300 damage. Pretty decent. Now when we compare it to the Mountaintop, it's going to do 11,755 for the blast, 10,344 for the blast, for a total of 22,099, and this is around 44% more damage. Now, there's no beating around the bush. That's pretty significant. The Mountaintop has been one of the top choices for PvE and PvP, honestly, for quite a while now for a reason. And the reason is because it's absolutely cracked. But again, you're not going to have the option to use this in endgame content. You're going to have to replace it. So it's about finding the next best thing. And although that damage seems kind of pitiful, it's not as bad as you would think, because let's actually take a look at what multi-kill clip can do. So if you get multi-kill clip times 1 for just killing a single enemy, it's going to increase the damage to 13,061 for blast, 4,789 for impact, for a total of 17,850 damage. That is a 17% damage increase. Then with multi-kill clip times 2, 14,927 for blast, 5,473 for impact, 20,400 damage total. Now this is around a 33% increase, and it's pretty much exactly 17 plus 17 is 34%, so that makes perfect sense. Now, I wasn't able to test in these closed conditions for times 3 because you can't kill 3 enemies the way that the Tribute Hall is set up with its enemies, but if we add another around 17% more damage, that brings us right to approximately 50% more damage with the times 3 multi-kill clip active, and that gives us 22,950 damage. That's more than the Mountaintop. So yeah, with multi-kill clip times 3, if you can get that, you're out DPSing Mountaintop. That's nothing to scoff at. Now, let's not kid ourselves, getting multi-kill clip times 3 is a pretty big setup cost, because the way multi-kill clip works on a grenade launcher is kind of interesting. It's only going to last for one reload. Your reload is that one single shot. So if you get a triple kill, you reload, and then it actually still only lasts for a limited amount of time, but that one next shot is going to be the one that does 50% more damage. So you better make it count. But the important thing is that you don't have to have multi-kill clip ×3 for this thing to be good. It's really easy to get a single kill, a double kill, and then you're looking at a pretty significant damage increase. 33% for just getting a quick double kill with a grenade launcher is pretty easy to do, and you're getting, around the range of a mountaintop with that amount of damage. Let's not forget about Feeding Frenzy. You're going to be reloading your 1 round in a magazine grenade launcher all the time, and Feeding Frenzy can really stack up, especially when you get it to ×5, which is the new iteration of the perk just this season. So you are shooting shots with this thing like really, really rapidly when you have Feeding Frenzy active. Like Feeding Frenzy on these type of grenade launchers in a PvE environment is very powerful. So even though the Truthteller is not exactly as good as the Mountaintop, if you enjoy that style of gameplay, if you enjoy using a grenade launcher, being able to have that ad clearing potential with an explosive radius weapon, but also having a weapon that can deal with a singleton target like a major extremely efficiently. I mean, this thing, I took it into the dungeon. It performed fine. It was able to one-shot kill the yellow bar hobgoblins and such. And my roll, I was lucky enough to get like max velocity, so you will have to aim it up a little bit. It's not as fast as the Mountaintop, but you won't have to aim it up and arc it that much. Pretty much it's point and shoot for a lot of engagements. That's very good. But here's the thing, my roll of Feeding Frenzy multi-kill clip is not necessarily the best roll out there. It's probably the coolest roll, and it's the roll that results in the most damage overall, but this thing's random perks are phenomenal. Let's take a look. So it is going to belong to the lightweight frame archetype. That's important. It means that the rounds will still bounce. You can hold and then release the round to detonate it in mid-air, which is advantageous compared to the Mountaintop, but otherwise you have to get direct hits. So it does take a little bit of learning to use, and it is a little bit more difficult to use than the Mountaintop. But that aside, looking at the perks here, we have our usual suspects when it comes to launches. Then we do have access to spike grenades, which is going to result in the biggest damage increase. That's probably what I would recommend, but honestly, proximity grenades is not a terrible choice. It's going to make it more likely to hit your target. You can shoot beside something and it'll still explode. You will lose your direct impact damage. That's a big deal, but if you're looking purely for ad clearing, proxy grenades is not a terrible choice. Then in that first perk slot, I think Feeding Frenzy is excellent. Field Prep is not terrible either, giving you more reserves, and then simply crouching gives you a big reload bonus as well. But honestly, auto-loading holster seems really good. Whip this out, shoot a shot, and then immediately go to your SMG or whatever your primary is, keep using that, whip it out again, it's fully reloaded, shoot another shot. You don't have to worry about reloading after every single shot. You are constantly switching your weapons, and auto-loading holster really benefits that playstyle. In the second perk category, we have some gems. So, again, multi-kill clip is here. It's very good, it's very powerful, and you're not going to be sad for a roll with it. But we also do have Swashbuckler for another damage bonus. Simply getting a melee kill gives you 30% more damage. Actually, Swashbuckler combos pretty well with, in the first perk slot, Grave Robber, where if you get a melee kill, you get your round back. Now, the downside is that if you're meleeing killing enemies, you probably don't want to be that close quarters with a grenade launcher. You're going to blow yourself up, but that's a combo nonetheless. But we also have Demolitionist. I think this with Demolitionist is going to be very powerful. I love Demolitionist as a perk, and screw reloading, just throw your grenade. Being able to shoot, throw a grenade, shoot again like immediately after with Demo is actually pretty advantageous. Now, if you want the ultimate wombo combo PvP roll, I think you're going for auto-loading holster and then quick draw, just so you can like whip it out, shoot super fast, and then go right back to your primary. Just get that huge chunk of damage on an enemy and then primary them. Oh, I think when people start getting that roll, you're going to see this a lot more often in the Crucible. Alright, so you're probably, or I should say hopefully, wanting one of these. Not only does it offer a legitimate replacement for the kind of gameplay style that the Mountaintop allowed for, but something I didn't mention before that should be mentioned is that using a special grenade launcher gives you certain benefits when it comes to ammo efficiency. And that's because with your armor, if you use a grenade launcher scavenger or a grenade launcher finder or a grenade launcher, reload mod, that's going to benefit both your Truthteller or your Mountaintop or whatever special grenade launcher you're using, and also your heavy grenade launcher. That's why running Mountaintop Anarchy is a very real thing, and you're going to see that loadout in top tier PvE activities all the time. It's because you can put those mods on and be getting a benefit to your heavy weapon and your special weapon, which is extremely efficient. You don't have to split them and have a shotgun finder and a sword finder, right? Like, it really, really is a big benefit to be using two weapons, one in the heavy, one in the special, of the same gun type. So again, where do you get one of these? Well, it was one of the weapons added into kind of the world drop loot pool, but very importantly, how I got mine was from the gunsmith. Yes, this does drop from the gunsmith. It also does drop randomly from people like Zavala. When you turn in Vanguard tokens and stuff like that, you can get this as a random drop, but I don't know about you guys, but I have a ton of weapon parts. You just kind of get them, they accumulate. There wasn't a change to the gunsmith weapon loot pool for such a long time that a lot of us out there have a ton of weapon parts. Well, it might be time to cash them in. And so guys, that is it for the video. I hope you enjoyed, found this informative, and if you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. If you guys want to see more Destiny 2 content similar to this, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. If you want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at RickKackis. That's linked in the description down below. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.